private school administrators, this is Mia Johnstone from the LA Private School Guide. I wanted to share a really quick tip with you about the importance of your feeder schools. This is not so much for high schools because they do a really good job, but for our elementary schools, this is probably something that's a little bit more challenging because sometimes our elementary schools have to be so resourceful with staff. But I want to just reinforce the really major importance of creating strong relationships with your feeder schools. And one of the things to think of is, why is it important? First of all, you're an elementary school and your business is serving those elementary kids and their parents. And where do those come from? They come from your feeder school preschools. And so one of the things that you can be doing is making sure you're touching bases with all those preschool directors every single year. Some schools tell me they do it like once in a while, they did it 2 years ago. It needs to be done every single year to touch bases with them, to go and say hi and drop off materials. And that is just so important. So making sure when you take your materials, you stop and say hello. You ask the director how they're doing, how's enrollment. Make it about them. That's building a relationship. Not talking about you or your needs, but talking about them and building a relationship with them and touching bases. The other thing that you can do is ask, some of your favorite directors to lunch, and have a really just kind of easygoing lunch with them. Again, making it about relationships. Another idea to think about is maybe hosting a preschool director luncheon at your campus. This is just a great way to reinforce networking among the directors and then also building relationships with them, and then at the same time, you want to make sure you're about making relationships, talking about them and, finding out ways to serve them better and learning more about their school and really trying to stay away from "we want your students." That's not the message that you want to put out there. You want to be able to disseminate what you offer and what you do at your school, but you want to do it in a way that is about relationship building. So those are some really easy things to think about on how to really make better connections with those feeder school administrators.